said the wine man, then we shall call him, is going to be taken off the table, and also Aurelion Sol. So no top tier mid laners available, and they're going to put the priority focus pick onto Mist. It's going to be a really strong matchup. But the last matchup in mid lane is going to be picked up. Is going to be Ziggs versus an Ari for the far side of Fast Play Wildcats. So there you go, Fast Play Wildcats picking indeed the cat person in this game. We need a Yuumi, that'll be a fun one. But Harry here is going. The 3D models in the UI look so clean. I'm just like, every time I'm like, wow. Dude, it actually looks better than the PC version. It's like, bro, what the hell?
Dude, I will never experience it because I've got an old model of there. I'm stuck with like the cardboard box level of graphics.
Dude, when he's playing League of Legends, it feels like he's playing Minecraft, damn it. Okay, but that's fine. We are slowly going to be making our way into the early stage of game numero dos of Team Queso versus Fast Play Wildcats. Let's not forget, so far, the lead is in favor of Team Queso, taking it 1-0. And that means if they win this one, not only do they win the series, they end the stream abruptly, which Highland Wolf, once more, is not going to be happy-chappy about that one. But today has been a day of stomps, I think it's fair to say. Only 2 zeros, and we might be having a third one on the board. We're hoping to see the Wildcats give their all to go to a game 3.
Well, to give us some respite from these 2 zeros, I have actually found out the name. I have been going in the background, and
She's got a name?
To be. Yes, she does have a name. I believe it should be Sarah Fortune, according to the lore. So yes, her name is Fortune, and her first name is Sarah. So there's a little bit of trivia for you, something you didn't know, some useless information for you, but you'll probably forget by tomorrow morning, Max.
Her name is Sarah, so maybe her full name is Seraphine, because Seraphine is a name also, and she's just using the short version.
She could be singing those bars, dude. She could be rapping on that mic.
Hey, dude. Hey, sea shanties, okay? Sea shanties. We've got to do it. That's what we expect to see from Miss Fortune. But anyways, a lot of giggling happening over here, but no killing, which we are here for a lot of killing, hopefully happening. As Akali and Akali also on Asteris are going to be facing up against each other. Akali's going to have to be very respectful in the early game until she hits that level 5 power spike, where she can start to be a little bit more slippery and just allow herself to go more aggressive on top of the Asteris. She's already up to level 3, halfway to level 4, so she's just got to wait a little bit further before going for those potential engages. But not too surprised, very similar to game 1, a very, very laid-back early game stage.
Yeah, don't expect that damage to come through. Rue is so weird to jump, does dodge out that potential gank from the 2 members of the side of Fast Play Wildcats. They won't be able to find that charm, and that will be now a healthy Ziggs grabbing himself up those juicy fruits and be able to put himself back onto full health, push out that lane against Gandalf, and be able then to put the pressure enough for this dragon. It's going to be the Ocean Drake first, and that will be crucial because early and throughout the stage actually should be for the first match. It was a lot of these extended fights, Marksman, and having something on your side that can heal you over time in these fights will be so important for whoever team can pick it up. Almost, as I would say, important for the way it's been going as a Fire Drake, but it is going to be Akali going down first, and Akali will be knocked down by this Ziggs. Not before, though Darius will be returned to 1-for-1, but it will now be this base race for the first turret on the boss side. 4 members of Fast Play Wildcats, and at the top, going to be only the 2 of Team Queso.
Yep, Ziggs put himself in a potentially good spot there, find himself a frag, so that's going to be making them really happy, chappy all over the board. But they did get a trade-off at the end because Darius did go down later on. So, at the end, it's still going to be looking pretty even between those 2 teams, but the tower is going to be falling in bot. And now the gold should be getting a little bit closer. It is still 1,000 gold lead, actually a little bit more than 1,000 gold lead, but they're pushing as a 3-man in mid. And again, extra plate. They are looking to get this early gold lead so heavily, and it's actually somewhat working here.
Yeah, first blood, first turret over to the side of Team Queso. They extend a slight gold lead, but it is significant enough, I would say, as you see the Ziggs already, of course, now actually has brought up himself that Luden's Echo, and with that first item will now be able to provide that empowered attacks, be able to then boost that damage up, and expect him now to boost that damage further even later on when he starts getting that Raptor's cap, when he starts increasing his scaling even more and starts blowing people open with those bombs.
I'm just so happy to be in a meta where Ziggs is actually worth picking in ranked. I think in League PC, I very rarely see a meta where Ziggs is applicable and usable. Here in Wild Rift Boom, it works perfectly in the current meta and currently how the game is shaping up. So I think this is a really fun time to be able to watch some Wild Rift competitive, as now they're going to be pushing heavily in mid, and they know that Zyrak are not there. This is going to be an easy turret, and because they have Ziggs, that's even easier for Team Queso to get. Not only is that worth some gold, but in just 4 minutes, they got the first mid turret. That is one of the biggest wins you could be hoping for in your early game stage.
The ability just to rotate through that side lane, as it will be kick over onto the Akali. The charm will miss so, and they will look to start around this dragon.
Andres Zed gonna have to flash away to safety. Well, he didn't have to, but he did do that. That's a straight up fact. Akali also on the forefront. I'm surprised that Andres Zed decided to do that kick when he was just not communicating with his team. He did that of his own volition. And communication for those kind of moves are going to be key. There's a leash coming out from the Wildcats, going to be bringing it a little bit further away from Team Queso. Lee Sin still got the smite available. They leash it a little bit too far out of the pit, so he will be regenerating his HP. They're going to go for the opportunity. Team Queso, as a two-man squad, going to get locked down by this Jarvan. This is exactly the play you were hoping for. Team Queso, good engage onto the ultimate for Memorized on the backline, and Team Queso are still, in some way, able to get himself a somewhat decent trade of damage, but no kills will come on through from that. They're pretty low. And it doesn't matter. They don't give a damn because the Drake is still going to go their way. That is normally going to be an Ocean Drake picked up for the Wildcats.
That's going to be crucial for them to pick that one up. No Ziggs. Ulti there. It was using the fight. Won't be able to potentially challenge that one away from the Jarvan, who will clean that one up for his team with a smite. And they take up that first Drake as well. Going to be that overtime healing that you see would play so impactful. The fact that Desire, both that Jarvan went down to slivers of HP. That Ocean Dragon is going to be able to bring him back up, allow him to be even more aggressive and get even more damage off in these fights as it goes over time. Lee Sin also going to secure that Rift Scuttle. Now it's going to provide vision as well over to that top side for Team Queso, though, and they're going to maybe have that priority for his next objective.
5 men in the bush, Team Queso. This is almost their speciality. Team Queso special. Let's go. No PC on the top side. Going to have to move away from that spot. Braum going to jump on over. That's a little bit scary. If there was an entire team, you would have been in a really bad spot. But luckily enough for him, that will not be the case. As Team Queso, hey, Herald is still available currently, but Akali looking for it. This is so weird from Wildcats. They're all over the place, but the moment the fight kicks into gear, they get repositioned so quickly, which is why they were able to win that last fight towards the Drake pit. But they are playing a little bit of fire with fire, I say, from time to time, especially here where you see the entirety of Team Queso playing very close to each other.
It comes down to their composition here. All fast maneuvering heroes that they have picked up on their composition. In fact, even look at the fact that that Guardian Angel first item comes through onto Jarvan. I don't think it is one of the strongest first items. I think, yes, you are slightly ahead with that Dragon, but you don't really have the damage coming out from that Jarvan. You're now just going to be purely for that CC lockdown. And if it comes down to needing that extra poke, it's just not going to come through. Whereas the likes of Lee Sin early game does actually take up that Umbreal Grave just to purely clear vision. Akali jumps in though.
Can Hopeless, exhausted, taken down, going to be potentially obliterated very soon, trying to flash away, but it's just not going to be enough. And indeed, Lee Sin picks up the kill. Very questionable decision making coming out from Can Hopeless. You know what? The trades are coming on through. Acolyte, Shell Drop dead for Team Queso. Makes it a 1-on-1. Actually, 1-on-2. I didn't see Memorize died there too, apparently. That's Baron. Not Baron, is in Herald. Again, everything wrong there, apparently, but that's okay. Wildcats are going to pick it up for themselves. But yeah, Can Hopeless, not sure about that one, I would say.
Can Hopeless, once again, I think he tries to play that solo pick champion, but as a solo player, it's not a solo game, man. If you want a solo game, there's plenty of other ones in the App Store and on the Google Play Store. But here, it's not going to be that. It's going to be a team game. You got to be able to play with the rest of your team members. And none of them were around, and they just got picked off in the early game. And as a result, they lost down on that Rift Herald.
Rift Herald is now gone. They're not going to use it just yet. I wonder what they're going to do. I think that here they're going to be waiting for the Drake to pop up. And the Wildcats will try and use that as a point of pressure to actually get himself the Drake used. And Drake is now going to spawn in the next 1 minute. So I would say just get yourself a little bit of extra gold. You still got 40 seconds right now to do so. That is way more time than you actually need. And slowly try and make your way towards that Drake. I would personally pop it towards mid position. I think that if you're able to crack yourself an extra plate on mid tower, that is going to be a huge point of pressure you can create for yourself. But
yeah, the fact that it is the second tier turret, right?
Yeah.
but you could actually push down, actually allows Shelly to move so much further through into the enemy side and actually enables the side of fast pay to be forced to go further back into the lane rather than actually half contest the Rift Herald and actually contest that dragon still that you see teams able to do when it's only that first tier turret. But on the other hand, you do see fast pay preparing for that dragon side, but the Rift Scuttle is in the favor of Team Queso. And you see Braum already pursuing the river. They've got the vision over as well. They're going to clear out fast paced vision. And there's not really much the side of what Cats can actually do to contest Team Queso's dominance here in the second match.
No Herald pop just yet for the Wildcats. They're going to be keeping on the Jarvan. He's going to be now going to have to put some deep vision, hopefully. They're a little bit split away from each other, but it's slowly going to be tending to regroup. Even though, as you said earlier, they do have some high mobility, I think you're still taking a pretty big risk. As they go, no Herald going to be popped whatsoever. Very surprising from the side of no PC. This Drake is going to go lower and lower. The smite is going to be clutch. Harry's going to be going straight for the backline. That's going to be a great engage from the Braum. Also, the follow-up is going to be a little bit late. Ziggs ults also. It's going to be the health bar slowly but surely melting down for the Wildcats as they're peeling away. The recall connects, but not going to be hitting the stun onto Acolyte, unfortunately. This is such a close game, and the Drake was indeed secured away by the side of Wildcats, so they're not going to be losing too much, as now, especially mid, going to be chucked down potentially. But, okay, yeah, not too much lost away, no kills, but still the Drake going to well for Wildcats.
No one goes down in that fight, Max. It is so tense on a knife's edge here this second game, but fast play Wildcats, they are the ones here that actually have the advantage in their side. They now not only have the Ocean Drake, they also take a second with the Mountain Drake, make their team fights even more tanky, like that Ocean Drake as well to combine even more because it can start to provide even more healing as that shield will tank up a little bit of damage every team fight that Team Queso look to pull out. But Ruiz here will be crucial for a split push. And I think, yes, they control dragons, but now what Team Queso should be looking at, they've got the Ziggs. They should try do what they did in game number 1, use the split push potential that comes with their composition.
Can we just check out the KDAs of all the players of Wildcats and say that that is the most satisfying thing ever? They all got 1 kill. It's almost 1-0. It's almost 1-0-3 for everyone, but the Akali died twice. She's hella throwing.
That's like when you cut through like with a 1,000-degree knife, except it just goes the wrong way at the end on the Akali. Like,
wait, you watch 1,000-degree knife videos?
No, I don't. But
why? That is oddly suspicious. But okay, I shall believe you on this one. Herald gonna be. This is a very random Herald. I do not like this Herald. This is a waste. This is a big waste.
This is a Herald that has been undecided here, but it is going to pop out into the Wild Rift here, albeit in the wrong way. But nevertheless, they will contest that second tier turret because Ari is thankfully there to guide it home on to its target. And that will be at least one turret potentially going down because only Darius to defend. Can't really do much against the range. And top side, that's where the action could still pop out around this barren area. As you see, side Team Queso were positioning around it for some priority in top river, but also keep in mind fast play out there to try contest. But it looks like maybe the got caught out, but not going to be the damage coming through, only at least Instanbul.
Yeah, they were expecting the Baron to come on through after popping that Herald. I'm not sure if that Herald was intentional. Was the intention to also right off the bat go for the Baron? Or if it was just, it was out of cooldown, it had to get popped, and they had to use that at some point, and unfortunately, they just went into the bottom side for no PC. I think that was maybe a max cooldown Herald, unfortunately, because especially Baron had time to spawn, and I think that was indeed the case, but we'll have to check out. It's something we can't know until we talk to thy players. But this has gone in such a passive state now. Since that last fight towards the Drake, things have been going to a very, very stale kind of position. But it's not going to be stale for long, as in the next 45 seconds, Drake is going to be up, and it is going to be an Infernal Drake, which is one of the most contested, if not the single most contested objective in the game after Baron. So if you can make it over there, I'm sure one big heck of a fight is just about to unfold.
And you see even the side of Team Queso preparing as they clear out that lane. They still got that first tier up, crucially here, going even now towards that third Drake. But as you mentioned, it is that Infernal Drake now going to be coming up. in the next 15 seconds. And that will be the most contested because, yes, I believe the Team Queso take this back here, Max, but they will be able to bring back some redemption for themselves. The gold lead is all minimal here in favor of the side of Fast Pay Wildcats. And with the damage buff, that's really what they need here to cut and counteract this healing and this shielding from the two dragons that Fast Pay picked up.
Oh, this is potentially big for Wildcats. They see the Darius is in the top side of the map. He does have the teleport currently available, so he can still make his way back in if he needs to. And I would personally teleport now. There you go. Perfect timing coming out from the Darius. The fight did not fully engage, and that is early as it should be. Team Queso now pushing on forward. Wildcats being really respectful. They like, okay, the teleport's coming out. We're going to be very careful of our move. But Carly can hopeless in the bottom side. He's about to be absolutely decimated in this. Going to get collapsed upon. Redemption comes on through to make matters easy. No PC on the side. I don't think can really bring much to the table. Canopolis having to go gold and flash away to safety. Is that going to be enough? It seems like that could be the case. But one good engage. Glacial Fisher could be maybe allowing them to get the kill on Canopolis, but they're not going to pop it just yet. No kills. This is a lot on back and forth. Is this feeling very heavily like a Mexican standoff, but no more as they're going to go straight for the Infernal Drake. Trying to send it away. I mean, Harry is nowhere near here, and she also cannot teleport right away into the fight. Well, she's going to teleport now. There you go. She's going to be funny doing it. It's a little bit late, though. I am a little bit scared for them, as the health bars of Team Queso are slowly dropping down, but so is the case for the Wildcats. Going to be stolen away indeed by the Lee Sin. That's an Infernal, but this fight is going to be important. Whoever takes it could be dominating in the long run. What a huge bullet time coming out from Ibu, turning the tides of that fight in the favor of Team Queso. They were not in the lead. Wildcats were dominating until then, but that one bullet time turned the tides of that fight in their favor, and they also add on top of that the Infernal Drake. What a huge W for the cheesy team.
The Infernal Drake came through, and then the bullet time came through and ripped through the dreams of the side of Fast Pay Wildcats. It will now be the pressure in their favor. They put the minions down to tier 2. They have the lower health bars of Rakan and Ari forced to go back as they put down even more minions, put down even more pressure into that second tier turret. But they're going to crash in, lose a little bit of gold. But a real prize here, positioning around this Baron here, will be Max, and they're looking now to try position with the vision, position with the control, maybe take away that blast cone going into the Baron fight behind it to stop the jump over from the members of Fast Pay.
I'm just messaging productions like, please clip that. Please, you got to clip that entire fight. That was way too clean.
That's pretty clippable content, man. Like, that's pretty, that's some sick views.
Hey, bro, is bullet time more like his easy Twitter interaction time, right?
Yeah, right.
A few shots coming out from both sides, looking for the respect. I'm surprised to see actually the Ari with a teleport. Not something you would be used to, and I do think that a stasis enchant would maybe be a little bit better because you are dealing with a team that can easily burst you down. I think she might struggle a little bit because of that, but at least she was able to get back into the fight and get involved, and off of that buy some time for the Wildcats, but it was just not enough. So I would like to see her revert back to a stasis and just maybe go for the teleport on another champion if you want. That's fine, but on an Ari, I don't know what to think about that. Do you agree, Highland, or not? I would love to know what you think about that.
It's a way that Ari is playing this game, right? You see Ari in the bot side with the Rift Herald. You see Ari split pushing in the top, then teleporting into that fight for the Drake. It's a way that they're playing in a way that the team wants to play, which is why Ari's picked up the teleport. But I do agree in a sense that Ari shouldn't be the one split pushing here. It'd be much more sensible for the Akali to do so, or Desire to be doing so, and then be able to quickly rotate into the fight. The Akali makes the most sense to me to be able to be the one that split pushes around this game.
I agree. That's the reason why I think I would like to have a little bit of a switch of focus on those positions, on those split pushes. But man, it's so interesting how you have Drake spawn, fight, and then nothing for the next like 3 to 4 minutes. It just rendered to nothingness for a few. And we're going to go straight back to the Shadow Realm, which shows you amount of respect between these two teams. Engage. Of course, the slippery Rakan is going to be able to make it out unscathed from that position. He's going to be completely good to go. Akali going back to base also. And they're going to go for a little bit of an invade, picking up some few extra gold. So far, we are 18 minutes into this one. And the gold lead is just about 1,000 in favor of Team Queso. And for such a long game, only a 1,000 gold lead, it really shows how close this is between these two squads.
Yeah, for realistically, the first time this game, it has been decided Team Queso now take that slight gold advantage for themselves. But we're now at the point of the game here, Maxman, where a gold lead, albeit especially this one, that is now only about 1,000, is going to be pretty much nothing. The full build's now starting to come out as that Misfortune works her way towards the final item. Looks like it will be that Guardian Angel to keep herself alive in the extended team fights. But as you mentioned, it is a very stalemate style game with even that first tier turret. But crucially, I think the Team Queso still up. And what that does here, Max, man, still 90 minutes into this game, is allows the deny from the pressure of fast play Wildcats to be able to actually rotate through the side lanes and then rotate in through to the mid lane to try find some pressure from the side areas and then rotate in through the side again into the red side jungle and then try gank members coming over for this Cloud Drake. There's Elder Cloud Drake now on our screens, and this will be potentially the fight that opens the door for a team.
Could be very helpful. Extra move speed all around if you're able to get it for yourself, and cooldown reduction. And if it's an Elder form, it's going to be even deadlier. Okay, shield comes out. That's going to be unbreakable for memorized use. Not available for the next upcoming fight if one unfolds right now. But they're just trying to zone it away. I think this is actually really smart play coming out from Team Queso. They're just trying to find a few pokes, put a few players low, and the moment they know that they got some players very low on the side of Wildcats, they're going to try and turn that into an opportunity to pressure and threaten that Drake, and then make the fight come to them, which I think is a good idea from Team Queso, but it's just not having any amount of success. Rakan going deep, but not able to make it back to his team. Going to go for so many charms. 4-man charm, that's big. Into the Cataclysm. They might just have to flash away, but no, the bullet time is turning out all the players of Wildcats. These bullet times of Ibu have just been so fucking good this game. I'm swearing, but I think it's worth it. It's Gandalf onto the front line once more. Not going to get grabbed away. Makes it out of the range of this Darius. And they're going to go for a small reset. I think I hear a flash for a second. There's a Carly in the bottom side. Can Hopeless going to have to make it away. And he's going to be picked up by the minions. Darius picks up an extra frag. And this is going to be Elder going the way of Team Queso. And this still comes out from no PC, which I'm not really expecting to happen. Oh, teleport. Oh.
See. The teleport maybe come in. They try re-engage. The charm comes through. But a knock up back in. The Guardian Angel only going to buy some time here, Max. Because it's only time that it's going to be bought as that Drake goes through to the side of Team Queso. And a double kill of Team Queso, opening the door for themselves.
I am unsure of the decision making in that teleport. They were looking so healthy after that fight, Team Queso, and you just feeling good. I mean, I gotta say respect play because they needed. Oh, okay, okay. You know what? No respect anymore. I take it back. Team Queso, they're not looking for the Drake. They're just looking to close off this game. Nice little knock up coming out from Flankton. He's having some fun, but some fun will be taken away by Team Queso as they not only take the game, they take the series 2-0 up against the side of fast-paced Wildcats. What? It was a lot of back and forth for a lot and for a big period of that game here, I would say, Highland. But at the end, there can only be one winner, and that was dominantly in favor of Queso.
Yeah, the start Fast Paced Wildcats looked like they had some return to glory in this second match, but it just wasn't to be. The bullet times, 2 fights in a row. We only needed those 2 fights, Max, man, to close the door. In fact, to slam it at 100 miles per hour in the face of Can Hopeless and his Carly and his rest of the side of Fast Paced Wildcats and their team, because he engaged, yes, was there. The fast man, Rakan, was there as well for Flankson to try and find that 4-man charm, but the damage was not. And as soon as that charm fell off, the bullet time came through. And when those members finally tried to catch up the damage, they got smacked by that rain from Misfortune.
I gotta say, Evu was hitting one of the sickest 2 fights in a row, sickest